Hey, what's up guys? This is GT, aka Gifted Thought, and you're watching Channel APA. I'd say, in terms of music, the most challenging thing is, I don't know if you're familiar with a hip hop, I won't say personality, but he's like a blogger, radio host. I mean, he kind of does a little bit of everything. He's real ingrained in the hip hop culture. This guy named Jay Smooth, and he has this concept that he coined called the little hater, and that's that person inside of you that, kind of detracts you from doing things, from trying things. Um, I don't necessarily have too much of a little hater. I just have a little lazy bastard. Um, and I wish I could say I belong to music for a full time. I mean, that's a dream. But really, I have a corporate grind. And I do that. I do that office job. But when I get back, the next thing I do is I jump straight on iTunes, and I try to maintain that. But luckily, more recently I was able to. I guess another staff member came on board in iTunes and they started helping out. Shout out to Melody, aka Music for Your Soul, by the way. But yeah, that's something that I'm still heavily, in terms of schedule. It's work, then it's iTunes, and then if I don't feel like crashing or being lazy, then I can eventually get back to my music. So it's kind of been on a back burner for the past year or so, and that's really been the hardest part. I mean, if I was more disciplined, there's time for it, but I don't know. I like to rest, and sometimes it gets in the way. Um, so that's probably the most difficult thing about music for me. What I enjoy the most about, I guess, iTunes and my music in general is, with iTunes I get to connect with a lot of people, and I really appreciate that because as I discover new artists, I guess a lot of artists discover iTunes in retrospect, and I know that some of them really appreciate, I guess, this platform that they kind of have, even though it's not huge, but it's something that's trying to represent them in an honest way, and I luckily get to develop these relationships with some of these artists, and not just artists. I get to really, I don't want to call it its own industry yet, but there's a lot of people in this same space. The players in the game who are also promoting Asian American media and awareness and all that. And I get to connect with the fine folks at Channel APA. At least on a Twitter/IM level, I get to connect with a lot of people, including Ellie of AA Theory, and I'm sure there's others that I'm forgetting, but yeah, there's a bunch of people, and I'm really grateful for that, to have like-minded people. I mean, just like with my music, where I like to work with like-minded artists, it's really cool to connect on a writer level, on a media level, with like-minded representatives. With music, I mean, honestly, I'm probably going to be doing music till I die. Whether it's ever really takes off as a career or not, I don't know. But it's just who I am. It's how I express myself. And, I mean, I don't know if I'll be like 50 and rapping, but I'll be doing something. Production, or... I don't know. I just love it so much. It's just such an honest form of expression for me that I can't imagine my life without it. I'm so thankful for music. I think it's crazy to see where it's come, but there's still a very long way to go. And I mean, friggin' FM just got signed to Interscope, or a imprint of Interscope, Cherry Tree, the Lady Gaga's label. That's huge. But I also understand they're not the first to do it, and there was Gin on Rough Riders back in the day, and I don't know. I think for the time being, we're going to slowly start to see more of that. Although it's kind of becoming debatable how necessary is a major label, and as they become less and less relevant. but they're getting that exposure, and especially in pockets of the United States. For instance, in LA, you know, it wouldn't be uncommon to hear a Roscoe O'Malley track or an FM track on the radio, and I would hope that that will slowly begin to spread, you know, past these pockets of concentrated Asian American demographics and you know, cities. But it's been beautiful to watch, and to see it slowly grow, slowly start to gain traction. But I really hope it starts to take up speed. Honestly, I'm not completely sure if it's going to happen in my lifetime. Maybe, maybe not, you know, but I will say that until it really gets its fair shake, you know, I'll continue to support it. I guess down the line, well, let me start off with saying, if you haven't heard In Transition yet, um, oh, it's convenient. This is the mixtape. It's downloadable, gifted.com, completely free. Bear in mind, it's 2 years old. Bear in mind, recording was done between like 2003 and 2008. So it's, you know, you're getting a mixed bag of things there, but it's all me. And I invite you to check it out. Love it, hate it, you know, it doesn't matter. But I thank you just for at least taking the time to listen to it. Down the road, I have something that I'm planning to do this year with music, and this would be, I guess, my follow-up mixtape. And I've had the title in my mind for a while, and I'm just going to call it simply GT and Friends. And it's really, it's going to be pretty collaboration heavy. Just being able to work with the people that I appreciate, and you know, and I guess the network that kind of developed with other musicians, and really reach out to them and invite them to, you know, be on this project. And I'm shooting for end of this year. Bear in mind that may or may not happen, but I'm doing my best, and you know, I'll definitely try to get that out to you, get it out to everyone, end of 2010. And otherwise, yeah, just iTunes, you know. I don't say all day because I got work, but if I could, all day, you know, every day. And iTunes is it's really, it has like it's a huge part of who I am right now. And I'm going to continue to develop it along with, once again, shout out to Melody, and along with Melody, just to really strengthen it as a platform for other artists. And yeah, I guess the last thing I just want to, you know, shout out every artist that I've worked with so far, or I've had the blessing to kind of talk to and get to know. I'm not going to start naming names. It would just be going forever, and I'll forget somebody, and then they won't be my friend anymore, and then they'll make a diss track about me, and we'll have this beef, or maybe we should do that, you know, this little Asian American beef. Anyway, I'm being stupid, but yeah, just really every artist out there that's trying to do it, regardless of color or whatever, just trying to represent themselves honestly, and trying to make it. I respect that, and I respect your grind. Whether I like your music or not, whether I personally think that, or, you know, whether I personally put it on my MP3 player or not isn't really relevant. But I respect your grind, and I respect what you're doing. And with iTunes, I really want to represent that. And with my music, I just wanted to continue being as real as possible. And that's all I can really say about that.